So I'm Hashir Usman, and I'm going to present my dissertation, which is SIM, the application of city information modeling. Uh, the presentation is divided into these sections describing sustainable urban development, overview of city information modeling, research motivation, workflows, and based on SIM and results, and then a conclusion. Uh, As we all know, global population is rising and people are migrating towards cities in the pursuit of better life and facilities. We can see in 2018, 55% of population was living in urban areas, which is expected to rise to 68%. And by 2050, talking about Europe, it's 74% population lives in urban areas. Urban areas consume 78% of total energy. They emit 60% of greenhouse gases, which is really a lot. And the interesting fact is that they occupy only 2% of surface area of the Earth. With this huge influx of population, cities are facing many challenges, and the question is how we can address it. Sustainable urban development is the key to address all the city challenges. United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 11 is a goal set by the United Nations to make cities and communities inclusive, sustainable, safe, and resilient. BREEAM, which is a Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Method. It is a UK originated assessment method, and it has initiated a standard targeting sustainable development in communities, which is known as BREEAM communities, for improving, measuring, and certifying all three aspects of sustainable development in a city. LEED is an American standard, and they have presented LEED for cities and communities targeting sustainable urban development with special focus on natural systems, energy, water, waste, transportation, and life quality. The United Nations SDG 11 is an overarching goal which covers both BREEAM and LEED. Uh, City information modeling or SIM involves development of a 3D model which includes different city elements and infrastructure such as buildings, bridges, roads, vegetation, etc. And it holds a large amount of data and information. There are various methods to create a 3D city model, such as extrusion from 2D maps, laser scanning, photogrammetry, LiDAR, or from BIM incorporation. SIM provides a single and shared database with the integration of spatial information. It also includes objects and their analysis and monitoring. It provides monitoring capabilities and planning dimensions. Despite the benefits of SIM, it has not been analyzed thoroughly for sustainable urban development parameters, especially for evaluating LEED for cities and communities, although LEED has quantified sustainability indicators. Therefore, the objective was to determine if SIM can serve as a sustainable urban development monitoring tool with LEED benchmarks and find out where SIM can be applied and categorize SIM based on its data collection approaches. So for the analysis of city information modeling applications aligned with sustainable urban development, I have used LEED cities and communities existing version 4.1 guidelines. It has total 110 points and minimum 40 points are required for achieving the certification. And then there are certain certification levels such as silver, gold, and platinum, which comes with higher points than 40. There are total 99 categories of lead parameters. However, only 7 have been utilized for this study. Since two categories involving innovation and regional priority varies on project to project basis, and they use existing parameters from earlier 7 categories. These categories are further divided into credits and prerequisites, which are their own parameters. Prerequisites are compulsory to fulfill in order to earn the certification, and the credits are fulfilled to earn points. It is not necessary to fulfill credits, but it's useful because they earn some points. So 7 credits and their credits and prerequisites with their points are mentioned here. Some prerequisites have points, and some prerequisites do not carry any points, but they are compulsory to fulfill. So a conceptual 3D model has been created by using a 2D map downloaded from OpenStreetMaps, and it has been extruded to form building blocks from the building footprints. The corresponding level of detail is LOD1. Different simulations have been conducted on the model to reinforce the applications of SIM with regards to sustainable urban development and LEED, because some simulations have to be submitted for LEED credits as well. And these simulations have been carried out using different plugins and tools, and there was not a single tool to perform all these simulations, which is a drawback of city information modeling. So in literature, there is an existing taxonomy of SIM based on visualization and non-visualization use cases. For instance, for example, visualization is very important for shadow studies, but for energy simulations, visualization is not really necessary. In our case, SIM has been categorized by data collection approaches into static 3D city models and dynamic 3D city models. A static 3D city model is developed once using any 3D modeling technique, and it is updated at predefined intervals. It does not have any real-time data flow. On the other hand, dynamic model is same as static model. However, it has real-time or near real-time data flow through the integration of information communication technology and Internet of Things. A dynamic model can be considered as an advanced form of static 3D city model. So the parameters of LEED are also characterized into two groups according to the earlier developed taxonomy of 3D city models. On this slide, those parameters are presented which can be measured by a static 3D city model. These parameters generally depend on the existing geometry or physical elements of the city, such as green spaces, location of bus stop, historical sites, and it may also contain descriptive information or metadata such as number of people living in a building, their education, or other demographics information. This information does not require a real-time or near real-time. A continuous flow of data to the model, and a static model can be used to fulfill these credits and prerequisites. So, however, there are some other prerequisites and credits which require a continuous flow of or frequent addition of information in the 3D city model, or requires studies involving sensors or digital devices. A static 3D city model is unable to monitor these parameters. Therefore, a dynamic 3D city model with the integration of ICT and IoT can provide information which is necessary to measure these parameters, such as light pollution, which involves sensors, location of transportation vehicles, which involves GPRS or GPS, quality of water, which involves water quality meters, energy data, which requires smart energy meters, and so on. In simple terms, these parameters involve digital devices for sending information to the 3D city model and can only be measured by a dynamic 3D city model. Different layers or modules have been created on the basis of LEED and SIM evaluation. These modules contain minimum information which is required to be modeled in the 3D city model, which is not defined earlier in the previous literature studies. This minimum information is enough for evaluating sustainable urban development of a city. First 5 modules are for static models, and the 6th module involving sensors is for dynamic models. Below is the workflow of both models. These modules are able to map their influence on other modules, and queries can be made to find out their influence, such as a shadow cast on a building by a tree, or distance from of a building from a certain bus stop. These belong to different data modules, but their interaction can be determined. Based on same structure, including both static and dynamic 3D city models, digital twin can be further developed with the incorporation of cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, to develop a digital replica of the physical city, which is capable of assisting in implementing solutions, forecasting future scenarios, and taking automated or semi-automated decisions. The proposed digital twin can be divided into 3 layers, such as a physical layer, which includes city infrastructure and elements, as in a static model, a digital layer, which involves sensors, as in a dynamic model, and a technology layer, which includes advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, which I have described earlier. The combination of three layers is essential for our digital twin. Also, these layers should be independent yet have an interdependence for efficient working. For instance, calculating distance between two certain points is very simple, and it should not go beyond physical layer to avoid processing time. So in the analysis, it is found out that total 75 lead points are measurable using a 3D city model with 31 points by a static model and 44 points by a dynamic model respectively. It indicates that out of 38 lead parameters, 25 can be measured using city information modeling. So we can say that a major proportion of sustainability parameters can be evaluated through SIM. Uh, and a combination of static and dynamic 3D models performs a holistic sustainable urban development assessment, and these parameters can be evaluated using both kind of models. So the results indicate that SIM is an integrated tool for city planning and management since it provides a unified platform for sustainability evaluation of cities. It gives a chance to city governments interested in sustainability assessments or certifications to use SIM as a tool for earning the certification, but also providing a monitoring framework and a consolidated city management portal instead of just doing some redundant efforts which are useless after earning the certification. However, there are still some issues related to interoperability, standardization, lack of a single tool to perform all kind of simulation analysis, which I have faced as well. A static 3D model is important. However, a dynamic 3D model is required to support the sustainable urban development. Uh, the development of city digital twins should be based on SIM taxonomy, and benchmarks from lead parameters should be used for decision making. Thank you so much for your attention.